Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. I am your host, Sausage Klimos. Happy to join you guys for another edition of NBA Player Prop Parlay here on the Guy Boston Sports YouTube channel. Guys, happy Saturday. Hope you guys are enjoying your weekend so far. We got a new day, which means yet another NBA Player Prop Parlay that I am excited to share with you guys. Before we dive in, we do have to recap last night, and yes, we did lose some foul trouble to both Schroeder and Brown, kind of affected our ability to hit those two props, but we did go 50-50. Again, guys, I see in the comments, and I do appreciate that. I'm giving you guys suggestions. Obviously, the goal is to hit these parlays, but not all the time it's going to happen. But you can take picks. If you don't love everything in my parlay, you can absolutely pick in like an all-you-can-eat buffet, pick and choose what you like out of it. I've seen a couple of people say that, they'll take like a leg or two and put in their own parlay and it hits. I'm happy to give you guys the research that I find to help you guys win some money. Again, the goal is to hit these parlays, but even if you don't see the value in the parlay, you can see the value in some of the props I provide, then I'm doing my job right. So appreciate you guys. Make sure to sound off in the comments as always, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Without further ado, let's get into today's parlay. So we got another three-leg parlay here for you guys tonight. And as always, I use DraftKings as my sportsbook of choice. Starting off first leg of this three-leg parlay, we are looking at Dante Exum over 3.5 assists. Now, some of you might be wondering, why am I betting on Dante Exum? Why would you pick this guy? Exum has been actually playing very, very well over the last 5 games or so as he's gotten more playing time. Dante Exum obviously was a 4th overall pick many years ago, kind of labeled a draft bust, all this stuff, but he's actually showing that, hey, maybe the draft analysts and all those people who thought he was going to be a star, maybe they were onto something, because the last couple games with the Dallas Mavericks, he has looked really, really good. Now, guys, take a look at this chart over here. By the way, shout out to Outlier. Link in the description below. 7-day free trial. When you use our special link, you get access to all the data that I see and more. I don't think you guys understand how much there is here. I only give you a smidge of what is on here. There's so much in terms of matchup stats, all those things. Outlier is the best sports betting tool in the market. Try it out. You will not be disappointed. Okay. Look at this chart here. This is now filtered to show Exum's games this season where he has played 25 minutes or more. Now, it's only been the last 5 games that he's gotten that kind of playing time, but he's going to continue getting those minutes with Kyrie being out. And in those last 5 games, playing 25 minutes plus, you see it. 4 out of 5 games, 80% hit rate. And the one game that he didn't hit this, he missed it by 1 assist. So I like the spot here. And if you look at this same chart here, you'll see on December 8th against this same team, the Portland Trailblazers, he hit this over 3.5 assists. He had 7 assists against Portland the last time they played on December 8th. So, really good spot. He's been hitting it consistently. This is a team that we know he can hit it against. So, I really like this pick here for Dante Exum to continue to ball out and continue to play up to the level that we thought he would. Next up, guys, second leg of the parlay, we have Damian Lillard under 10.5 assists. Whew, look at all that green. 9 of his last 10 games, Damian Lillard has hit this under of 10.5 assists at home. That's right, guys. Just keep in mind, this chart, this is just his last 10 home games with the Milwaukee Bucks. 9 of his last 10 games playing in Milwaukee. They are home tonight. He hits this at a very high rate, 90% hit rate at home this season. Pretty impressive, if you ask me. But even when you stretch this chart out and you look at the entire season as a whole, he's hitting this at an 86% rate overall on the season. 19 out of his 22 games, he has hit this under of 10.5 assists. So, at home, 90% hit rate overall, 86% hit rate, slightly higher odds at home, but pretty much all season long, he's been hitting this under 10.5 assist mark. And maybe more importantly, the last time that they played Detroit, he had just 3 assists against the Pistons back when they played in November. So he's already hit this against the Pistons this year. He's been hitting it at a very high rate this season. I expect him to hit this under once again. And for the third and final leg of the parlay, guys, I have Jarrett Allen under 27.5 points, rebounds, and assists. It's a player combo prop. This actually, despite it being like the lowest odds, like the riskiest pick of the parlay, if you will, this is probably my favorite pick. I have a lot of data I need to share with you guys on this pick. Out of all these picks, I know, like I said earlier in the video, you guys like to pick and choose, which I'm all cool for. If there's any picks of this 3-leg parlay you should be taking and riding, it's this one. All right, guys, let's start with the basics. In 17 out of 20 games this season, Jarrett Allen has hit this under of 27.5 points, rebounds, and assists. That is an 85% hit rate on the season. So overall, he is covering. Only 3 times this season has he gone over this mark. He's hitting this at an extremely high rate. Stretch this out a little further, a little deeper into this in the matchup versus the Atlanta Hawks. 6 of his last 7 times that he has played the Atlanta Hawks, he has hit this under. But we can look a little deeper. We can stretch this data out even further. In home games this season, he has covered this in 8 out of 9 times that he has played in Cleveland this season. So he's hitting it very high at home, which they are playing at home tonight versus the Atlanta Hawks. And now some of you might be saying, but Tasso, wait. They don't have Evan Mobley. He's out. He just had surgery. He's out for like 4 to 6 weeks. Won't that affect anything? Won't that maybe increase his playing time, increase his numbers? Well, the data doesn't suggest that. It's a pretty small sample size. He's only been without Mobley for each of the last 4 games without Evan Mobley playing. But in those 4 games without Evan Mobley, he's hit this under all 4 times. And he stayed pretty low. The closest he hit was December 12th versus the Celtics. He had 24 total points, rebounds, and assists. That's the closest he's come to hitting the over in the 4 games this season without Evan Mobley. So I don't think Mobley being out will overly affect us. I don't think it's going to boost his numbers in any way. Again, on the season, he's hitting it at an 85% hit rate. At home, he's hit it in 8 out of 9 games. He's hit it in 6 of his last 7 versus Atlanta. And without Evan Mobley this season, he's at a 100% hit rate. So I love this pick. And again, it is the lowest odds of all the picks, which I think is crazy because it is my favorite bet of this slate. Guys, that is it for the 3-leg parlay. And when you put those together, you get a parlay of plus 264 odds. Now, I know we haven't hit in a couple days, but out of all the parlays, and I'm not just saying this to be a bullshitter. I'm being dead honest with you guys. This is my favorite parlay of the week thus far. And it is crazy because it is the highest odd parlay we have done this week, plus 264. This one is hands down my favorite. It's the one I am the most confident in. So guys, that is it for me for this video. I will not be posting a video tomorrow, so I hope you enjoy your Sunday, enjoy the rest of your weekend. I will be back on Monday with new videos. Now, I talked about yesterday about a new Christmas challenge I'm doing starting Monday, and yes, that will start on Monday. The Kilimos Christmas Challenge will start on Monday. What is the challenge? Well, it's nothing crazy. It's still the same format, player prop parlays every day leading up to Christmas. However, the goal next week is to do parlays of plus 500 odds or higher. We are big game hunting next week on parlays. Now, why am I doing this? Well, I want to win a little extra money for the holidays. Obviously, people Christmas shopping, a lot of money spent. You guys will probably put yourself in some debt buying presents for your friends and loved ones. I want to help you guys win some money back. The beauty of that kind of challenge is that you really only need to hit one to at the bare minimum break even. So if I'm doing 6 videos next week, and they're all plus 500 or better, realistically, you just need to hit one of those 6 parlays to break even at the minimum. You hit more than one, and all of a sudden, we are big game hunting. So that's the challenge for next week, plus 500 or better. Again, the goal is to hit at least one to at least break even. Anything over that one is profit, and significant profit, like 5 units plus profit. So guys, that is it for me, but we will stay tuned. I'll explain a little bit more on Monday, but that will be the Christmas challenge coming up. Thank you very much for watching, guys. As always, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and until next time, I hope you're all winners.